Administrative Officer, Whitney Carmichael, and my Chief Program Officer, Kayla Marshall, with me.
Yeah, yeah. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
And you can step up a little closer to that microphone. And it's good to have both of you with us here this morning as well. So, Audia, the Governor's Pathfinder Award for the Alice Paul House. A, congratulations. B, that must have just blown you away.
Well, thank you very much for the congratulations. And yes, we were extremely excited to hear that we had received this award. It is a long process. There are applications that are sent into the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency, and then they are reviewed, and the Office of Victim Services, submits the selections back to PCCD, and at the Pathfinders Conference, which is held every 2 years, they announce the winners of their various categories.
Yeah.
So we were selected as the Victim Services Agency for the state of Pennsylvania by the governor for this year, and we will hold that title until 2027.
Yeah, it's an amazing award because it recognizes, not just the recent work, but the longtime historic work that Alice Paul House has done here in Indiana. It's been a trail-breaking, blazing type of an enterprise here in Indiana County, hasn't it?
It surely has. I mean, we go the whole way back to Lenore Patton and her vision for a domestic violence safe shelter, and that's where it all started. However, the award itself highlights the variety of services that we provide to our community and the support that we provide, because the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency, which is also one of our funders under the Victim of Crime Act, allows us to provide services to victims of all Title 18 crimes. And that's very important for our community to know. We are able to provide service, and I'll just name a few, for individuals who have been victimized through arson, sex trafficking, kidnapping, if there's a homicide in their family, child sexual abuse, domestic violence, sexual assault. So there's a variety. There's so many that I can't even name them all in one standing. Mm-hmm. But this award then highlights our collective services, which are comprehensive for our community, to be able to provide to all of our victims, not just domestic violence and sexual assault.
Yeah. Let's bring our other ladies in on the conversation as well. The Facebook camera's right there, so if you would like to just look into the camera and introduce yourselves, because you both look enough alike that people might not know whose voice belongs to whom.
Sure. My name's Whitney Carmichael. And my name is Kayla Marshall.
All right. Well, let's talk about what both of you do with Alice Paul House. Whitney, first of all, your role within Alice Paul House, and I this award is so amazing that I'm sure that it's very rewarding for you too.
Absolutely. So I serve as the Chief Administrative Officer at Alice Paul House, and I oversee our training department along with our education department and staff. Mm-hmm. And onboard all of our employees and stuff. So I think not only is this a highlight for myself, but I think it's commendable to the work that all the staff at Alice Paul House puts in every day.
And the reach that Alice Paul House has is really amazing, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, even our education department alone serves over 4,000 students each year. So they service all of the school districts in our county. So not only are we servicing the individuals that come into our agency, but also the individuals in our community as well.
Mm-hmm. Kayla, what do you do with the organization?
So I have the luxury of overseeing all of our direct service advocates.
Mm-hmm.
They offer trauma-informed empowerment counseling, as well as the victim advocacy, processing the protection orders during the day.
Mm-hmm.
But I think our biggest thing right now to hang our hat on is all of our programs that we offer, whether it be in the office or out in the community, are evidence-based and research supported, and they are taking off.
Yeah, it's amazing. Audia, one of the great things I think about Alice Paul House is the fact that, well, Kayla just mentioned it, it's not just a building with people coming in, it's not just a shelter, but you reach out, you get yourself out all over Indiana County.
Well, if I could say, Todd, you're absolutely correct. Our sheltering services are really the smallest portion of the work we do. Most of the work happens on the main floor of our facility on a daily basis. We provide support and guidance for approximately 3 to 5 protection from abuse orders per day, as well as sexually violent protection orders and protection from intimidation orders. We are out in other various partner agencies providing evidence-based research supported counseling and programming across the entire county. As Whitney has said, we are in every school district in Indiana County providing prevention, education, and awareness programs. And the most important thing is that our services are available to all in our community. We provide service to men, women, children, significant others, LGBTQ. It doesn't matter what your walk in life is, our doors are open to you. And the majority of all of our core services are at no cost to the individual. Now, we do have some specialized programming that if you are not court ordered to our services, or you are from out of county, or just looking for that service for self-improvement, there could be a minimal fee. But again, we are extremely low priced in even those situations. We look at the federal guidelines, poverty levels, and we keep those to like $10
Yeah.
as opposed to, $100 with some other organization.
Yeah, yeah. You know, with all of those different outreaches that you do and into the schools and the family services and everything like that, Whitney, folks might say to themselves, but this is Indiana County. It's a quiet little county, and you can't have all those kinds of problems in a place like Indiana County. It's not true, is it?
It's absolutely not true. I mean, I grew up in this community, so it wasn't honestly until I started working at Alice Paul's that I realized how much this does affect our community. And with October coming up, it's Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and I think it'll bring to light even more that this is actually happening in our community.
Yeah, yeah, and to have an organization such as Alice Paul House that is there to step into that breach when there are those kinds of difficulties. Kayla, you mentioned working with the various folks with whom you work and the specialists and the work that they do. I think it's important to note that everybody within Alice Paul House undergoes a pretty rigorous training in order to be able to do what they do and to represent properly those folks who are in such need of vital services.
Yeah, so actually, Whitney talked about it a little bit. She oversees the training, but I always tell people we have probably the most extensive training program to even become one of our advocates. We are the trauma experts in Indiana County, and to become an expert, you have to have the foundation. So 80 hours gets you into the building, but our training continues until you leave.
Yeah, yeah, it never stops,
No.
and the need never stops. Unfortunately, Audia, as we think about what Alice Paul is able to do and the services that you're able to offer, I think we need to mention as well that you moved into the new headquarters 2-3 years now. Has it
I
been?
think it's 5.
Has it been 5?
Yes, we had to move in early, if you recall, Todd.
Yeah,
So it wasn't quite completed with the construction. So we have been on site for about 5 years.
Yeah, the other building was literally falling down around you.
It did fall down around us, and we finally had it raised, and now it's just a lovely piece of property. But I do want to follow up with something that Kayla said that is very important for our community to understand. If you complete our training, which is required by the Pennsylvania Coalition Against Domestic Violence and Respect Together, which was formerly the Pennsylvania Coalition Against Rape, as well as Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency, you then can work as a trauma-informed advocate, and you are protected under state statute for confidentiality for domestic violence and sexual assault. We also have some specialized programs where Kayla's staff has had to go through rigorous training and certification in order to provide specific evidence-based programs.
You're going to be with us again in just a couple of weeks. Your first segment is going to come up on the second Thursday of the month at 9:45 each month. But in these final moments together here this morning, let's talk needs for Alice Paul House. What does the organization not only need in order to do what it is that you do, but also what does the community need to understand about what you do?
Well, I think first the community needs to understand that our doors are open to all. As I said, we are a comprehensive victim services organization, and there are many facets that could assist them in improving their lives and moving forward without the weight of victimization on their shoulders. What we need the most, Todd, are two things. It's twofold. One is for our community to understand the vast array of services that we actually do have and move a little bit off of the shelter for women for domestic violence issues and look towards our comprehensive services. And the other thing that we need, as we all know, we have budget impasses in the state and in the federal government, and a lot of our core funding comes from state and federal funds, as well as from support from our community with fundraising and donations. And over the past 2 years, we've had a 10% reduction in our federal funds. And of course, some partnerships in the community, our programming then have led to less clientele, which then there's no type of financial support for some of these other programs. So we just ask the community, first of all, to learn who we are, and that may give you a better purview as to why the funding is so important to us. But most importantly is the marketing of our comprehensive services.
Yeah, hopefully we can help in that respect here on Indiana in the Morning. Thank you so much to all of you for coming to visit with us. We appreciate that. We look forward to seeing you here in a couple of weeks.
We'll be back. Thank you for having us, Todd.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. We are just about 2 minutes away from the top of the hour. Here's what's going to be happening. Fox News at the top of the hour. Brief look at news from Josh Widdowson, and then it is the Brian Kilmeade Show. And then tonight here on WCCS, it's a 6:13 airtime as the Homer Center Wildcats take on the Purchase Line Red Dragons. It is the second half of the football season kicking off here on WCCS and on Renda Digital TV.